Hello everyone. Welcome to today's class on index numbers. I am Dr.T.Linga Murugeshwari, Assistant Professor of Economics, Sharda College for Women, Salem 16. Let's begin the class. Have you ever wondered how we know prices are going up or whether the economy is growing? How do newspapers say inflation has increased by 6%? This is where index numbers come in. An index number is a number that helps us to understand how something has changed over time, like prices, quantities, or values. It shows the percentage change from a reference year, which will call the base year. Example, suppose in the base year, the price of a pen was rupees 10. This year, it is 15. We can calculate an index number to show the percentage increase. Here it is 15 by 10 into 100, 150. So the price index is 150, meaning prices increased by 50%. So index numbers are like thermometers for the economy. They show whether things are getting hotter or colder economically. Types of index numbers. Let's look at the types of index numbers. Price index numbers. Price index numbers track changes in prices. For example, consumer price index. Quantity index numbers show changes in production or sales volume. Example, quantity or rice produced in different years. Third one is value index numbers, which combine both price and quantity changes. Example is total revenue from goods sold. Special purpose index numbers made for specific studies like Human Development Index. These help governments, businesses, and investors to make informed decisions. Next is use of index numbers. Index numbers are very useful. It measures inflation and deflation. It helps in economic planning and policies. It is used by businesses to adjust wages and prices, to understand living standards, compare growth between countries, plan for the future economy. So whether you are a policymaker, shopkeeper, or a student, index numbers give you the bigger picture. Next is methods of construction. Now let's see how to construct index numbers. There are different methods. First one is simple aggregative method. So formula for calculating simple aggregative index number is summation of P1 by summation of P0 into 100. So P1 here, P1 is current prices and P0 is base year prices. Example, let's say we have two items, rice rupees 40, that is base year, in base year, 60 in current year. And milk is 20 in base year and 30 in current year. So if we calculate the index number, the price has increased by 50%. And next is advantages. It is very simple to calculate. And disadvantages does not show which item is more important. Next is simple average of price relatives. So we take each item's price change and find the average. Formula for calculating simple average of price relatives is summation of P1 divided by P0 into 100 whole divided by capital N, where N is number of items. And advantages is consider each item's price change. Disadvantages, it ignores how much of each item we use. Third one is weighted index numbers. Let's see two main methods. Weighted index numbers are Laspeyres and Paasche. So Laspeyres price index number is based on base year weights, and Paasche's price index is based on current year weights. So formula for calculating last year's price index is summation of P1 into Q naught divided by summation of P naught into Q naught into 100. Here, last year's uses base year quantities as weights. Advantages, simple and requires less data. Disadvantages, overestimates inflation as it does not account for changes in consumption patterns. Paasche price index. Paasche price index based on current year weights. So the formula for calculating price index is summation of P1 Q1 divided by summation of P naught Q1 into 100. So uses current year quantities as weights. Advantages, more accurate as it reflects actual consumption. Disadvantages, it requires detailed data on current year consumption. Let's see where we use these index numbers. CPI to calculate inflation, that is consumer price index for inflation measurement, wholesale price index for market trends, stock market indices like Sensex, Nifty to understand financial markets, STA for measuring development like health, education, and income. Problem in the construction of index number. Even though index numbers are useful, they have some challenges. Choosing a good base year, selecting the right items in prices, changes in the quality of products, seasonal changes like price of mangoes in summer, collecting accurate data, deciding the right weights. So we must be careful to avoid misleading results. To sum up, index numbers simplify the data and show economic changes clearly. They are widely used in economics, finance, and planning. Different types serve different purposes, prices, quantities, values. They help in decision making, policy, and forecasting. But we must construct them carefully for accuracy. And thank you. That's all for today. I hope you now feel confident about index numbers. Thank you for watching and keep learning. Thank you.